So the Eastern Cape has long faced the crisis of poverty, healthcare failure and social neglect, with issues like HIV-affected mothers struggling to access food and children dying from malnutrition. Newzroom Afrika has extensively reported on these issues, highlighting the system's gaps and their devastating impact. Sipha Kema now joins us now to address some of these concerns with the MEC for Social Development. A very good morning to you, Sipha. Just paint a picture for us about the state of poverty in the province.
Well, Aldrin, although the Eastern Cape government says that it is making progress, but there are some cracks and people are falling through those cracks. And most importantly, Aldrin, is the issue of poverty and malnutrition in the Eastern Cape and people living below the poverty line. Now, when you spoke about mothers who are unable to access food, it is a huge crisis and problem for these mothers because they are taking ARVs. But not only that, the biggest issue and concern is that there's still transmission of HIV from mother to child because of these issues. Now, when an HIV mother is positive, because of the advanced medication and treatment, they are able to actually breastfeed their babies up until 6 months. But thereafter, they need to start introducing solids and not mix breast milk and solids as to not infect the baby. But however, most of these mothers who are struggling to find food for themselves, let alone baby formula for their children or their babies from 6 months and up, then they are left with no choice. They felt as though they were left with no choice but to continue breastfeeding and sometimes even adding in a bit of solids when they do find it. But now that's a problem because then that makes the risk of transmitting HIV to the baby a greater risk. Now, we went around last year, November, and we spoke to some mothers who had transmitted HIV to the babies because of poverty, Aldrin. And one of those that we spoke to in Nyendabakazi, this is what she shared with us.
So, clinic for 6 months. Then I emva kwa 6 months balandika bathi bazonika ukutya komntana but ngamanye amaxesha ndingakufumani njengangoku bakhe nangoku akukho uthiwa akukho eclinic xa ndiyokufuna. So yes, andithanda ndiyayithi ngaphandle kwayo xa kungekho apha endlini ndibe ndiqonda uba ndonqena ube ndidika abantu because ayimandanga le nto yocela ngoba umntu uza kunika namhlanje ngomso saphinda sabe sedikiwe.
Now, Aldrin, these are just some of the issues that we will be talking about over the course of the day with the MEC of Social Development in the Eastern Cape, as most of these are social ills and they need the department to intervene, more especially when it comes to issues of food parcels and issues of families not being able to access food. But also, most importantly, at 9 o'clock, we will be speaking with the MEC and we will be engaging her today on a number of these issues, not just poverty, but later on we'll also touch on issues of not the state, or rather the province, not having enough rehab facilities, this then forcing parents and families to send their loved ones to unregulated or illegal rehab facilities, and they find themselves mistreated. But we'll show you that later on when we speak to the MEC.